Welcome to Wildlife Conversations. I am Jen Ritchie, your host. This is a place to hear from new voices in wildlife photography and to build community outside of social media while we celebrate the wild. But first, I want to take a moment to thank Robert's Camera and USEDPHOTOPRO for partnering with the podcast. Family owned and operated since 1957, their friendly, knowledgeable staff are there to answer your questions, find the gear for you, and help you accomplish your vision. With one of the largest inventories of new and pre-loved camera gear in the country, they have the gear you need at the prices you want. Find the exclusive contact and coupon code for Wildlife Conversation listeners in this episode's description and visit robertscamera.com. Well, it's my pleasure today to welcome my guest who was in high tech and finance for 32 years before moving to Wyoming 2 years ago. When she's not running her new dog sitting business in Jackson, she's out exploring the Tetons and Yellowstone and capturing images that speak to her heart. At her core is a boots and jeans gal who cares deeply about animals, conservation, and getting back into telling stories with her images. I'm happy to welcome Susan Winfree to Wildlife Conversations. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so excited to have you. We met probably like 2 years ago now, do you think? Or
Yes.
1 year? Has it been 1 year or 2 years?
It's
I don't
been
even know
2.
anymore. Yeah.
It's actually been 2. It wasn't
Yeah.
long after I moved there. You were in the Tetons, and we were able to cross paths there at Elk Ranch Flats.
That's right. I know you stopped my car, and I don't know if you know this, but I had just said goodbye to my kids. A couple of my grown kids left, and I was by myself, and I was back on those roads by myself. And I don't know why, but I felt sad. I do wear my heart on my sleeve. So, but then you pulled up and waved, and we stopped and talked, and it just made my day. So that was really
Oh,
nice.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that, and you mentioned it, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh my gosh, I was so excited to meet you and have a
Aw.
chat with you, and then we
Yeah.
kept crossing paths.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet people out in the field that you followed for a while and like to get
Mm-hmm.
see people's faces. It's totally different. It's totally different. I feel like that's happening more and more now with the podcast. I feel like more people are meeting and like seeing other people on the podcast and then seeing each other in the field. So it's really fun.
I
Yeah.
agree that it's really nice to bring the community together even tighter.
Yeah, even tighter. That's right. That's right. That's a good point. That's a good point. So you have not been in Wyoming very long. I
No,
did.
just
I wondered about that.
yeah, 2 years next month. So it's
Oh,
not that long.
that's
Um,
so fun. I'm
yeah,
envious.
well, it was a long time getting here. The dream
Yes.
started in 2019 on my first trip through, and it
Hmm.
just grabbed me. And I knew, the concentration of wildlife and everything, this really where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I was on a 4-month trip, and one of the goals was when you're in Jackson in the Tetons, you're going to look for somewhere to move and
Hmm.
have a spot in the fall when you were ready. And it
Hmm.
just all fell into place. So,
Oh,
oh,
that's so
count of my
nice.
blessings that it all turned out. And then just the continuation, seeing the animals, meeting everybody, like you said, I've followed for years, and to meet them in person. I knew a few already,
Hmm.
but then it just kept growing. So
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
jazzed about
This
it.
is a fun community. Yeah. And that's a really vibrant community in Jackson too, of photographers. So vibrant and other words like competitive, sometimes intense, but
Can be,
usually vibrant and nice. And it's a
yeah,
good place. It's a great place for animals. Yes.
it
So
really
you were in
is.
California before,
Right. So
and
the Livermore, which is about an hour east of San Francisco.
okay. And this is not your degree. This is not your full-time job. Like
No,
many of us, you have other things you're doing as well. You right?
correct, correct.
So in tech for a long time and finance for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. So I did that, and then it turned into things like caring for the parents took more time, but I
Yeah.
could still do the dogs and care for them, and so
Yes.
that took up a lot of my time. And then as they went on,
Mm.
the freedom developed to, take the steps and make the move.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's interesting. It is interesting how many of us are doing that, taking care of parents and taking care of
yeah,
children, trying to work. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's hard to do it all at times, but we do our best.
We do our best, yeah. So have you always had a camera in your hand, or did you pick up a camera later, or how did that journey start?
It seems like I've always had a camera. I can remember my ex-husband, he raced motocross, and I
Mhm.
had a Canon AE-1, and I was
Fun.
shooting the guys, lots of action, all in auto mode, believe it or not, because I didn't
Yeah.
know any better.
Right, right.
But even with photography course and the optics courses that for the high tech, um, it just didn't for me for some reason wasn't translating because I had dogs and a kid and all those
Mhm,
things. But I was shooting the motocross and getting
mhm.
under almost underneath them when they're jumping and everything.
Oh,
So
that's
had
so
some of the
cool.
top motocross guys back in the day and everything.
Mhm.
So then it's just like my mom did. It was always just taking pictures. And then there was probably a break I didn't, and then I picked up, got a new camera and went out to our local park.
Mhm, mhm.
Within 10 minutes, saw a bobcat, other photographers on it, got my first bobcat shot.
Oh
I
my
was
goodness.
above him in a gully, and one of the guys had like an 800 millimeter lens, and he was way up the gully, but he did something happened. The bobcat got startled, so it came
Mm.
up the gully within like 2 feet of my foot. And I'm shooting a 70 to 200 and I'm leaning back absolutely as far as I can.
Yeah, yeah.
The main shot I got, which I love so much, will never forget, but um, his far eye was in focus and the rest was just slightly soft, but I will never forget that moment ever.
Yeah,
Then I was like, my heart's beating. I was holding my breath. I'm trying not to fall over backwards while I'm leaning
yeah,
way, and because I was like on my knees and ankles, and I kept going farther back to get this shot, just
yeah,
and
yeah.
focus.
Oh my goodness. So that's you get a new camera, you go out the first time,
10
and it's a
minutes and get bobcat.
I don't even have one bobcat shot.
Go to Point Reyes in
Yes,
California.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. So
now
have
they
you
got.
had more bobcat experiences since then?
Oh yeah, I learned
Yeah.
about Point Reyes after
Mhm, mhm,
in the time after that, started learning about it, and
mhm.
I went a few times. It's like, well, I saw a couple, but I didn't. And then I took a tour by Daniel Dietrich from Point Reyes Safaris.
Okay.
Purpose was to work with him and get locations and really get to know the park better. And
Yeah.
after that, man, I just kept going back and going back.
Oh, that's so
That's also
fun.
back in the spring again, and I'll go again this coming spring.
Oh, that's really cool. So it's like it's so interesting how the wildlife photography bug gets at some of us. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
I talk to, we're all like this. So it's like it just and people can't understand it.
no, I've already had connection with animals.
Yes.
I grew up loving horses, the Western life and everything. Even rodeo, I didn't, but was very involved in people who did, and
Mhm,
people I
mhm.
hung out with. And I did rodeo photography, but it was just like from the stands and maybe from the ground behind the chutes, but it wasn't anything that I would, those were just like snapshots,
Yeah, yeah.
like serious about it.
But it's
So
practice, but it's practice.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
practiced. And so, yeah, it just kept growing. And after that bobcat, it's like, oh my God, I just couldn't believe then. It's like I started researching and looking and then
Mhm.
Instagram following
Mhm.
wildlife. And so then I
Yeah.
learned about, and I mean, it wasn't really until then that I started learning about the Tetons
Right.
concentration of wildlife here. And then seeing the images coming out of here is I've got to go.
Oh, it's crazy.
So yeah, my
It's
first trip
crazy.
was 2019 and that was it,
Mhm.
I'm
I know.
sold.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah,
people tell me I'm in a rut, and I'm like, well, it's a rut I want to be in then.
right?
Because
And
I mean, both of us travel other places, but it's still like, it's just there's a place that speaks to you, and everyone
yeah,
has that. Everyone
yeah.
has that. So,
And even if like the main characters aren't out, there's always something to shoot,
yeah, yeah, I know.
So
Yes,
landscapes, small animals, maybe you're trying to catch that pine marten you just saw run across the road and you want to see it.
yeah,
Um, so there's always something you can do, even if the bigger wildlife aren't visible at the time.
yeah, yeah. So wildlife courses, Instagram, did you have other photographers that inspired you or helped you along the way?
Um, well, in the courses, I did one that was on like Linda something for from Tom Mangelsson,
Mhm.
but I started learning about the top photographers and
Yes.
then reading about them and going to their websites and learning more about them. Paul
Yeah.
Nicklin happens to be
Mhm.
one of my favorites,
Yeah, yeah,
and not just his photography, everything he does and stands for, and
yeah,
his ethics and just his general, like, hey, I'm happy to help. And I want to teach you and help you learn about what's going on and then help all these others.
yeah,
He's not just out there taking the photos, he's using them and
yeah.
his voice through them to
It's a
make
good
a change.
example. It's a good example.
Yeah.
So, so how did what was your gear transition like with your cameras? You started with the one early, and then what did you kind of
Yeah.
transform to?
Well, I went through the 80D,
Hmm.
the 70 to 200 from the 81. And then it was 4 years ago, I transitioned to mirrorless. So I
Hmm.
shoot the R5 and the R6 now.
Yeah.
And I used to keep the R5 like on my 400 millimeter, which is my favorite lens. So
I know we've talked about this.
I love that lens. And then right now I have the 200 to 800, which has been great. And it was super
Hmm.
great
Hmm.
for travel.
Yeah.
And my 100 to 500s in the shop getting repaired.
Oh, interesting. Oh
I
no.
dropped it with the camera right on my doorstep, and
Ah,
it broke right at the mount on the lens. The camera was fine. And it's been a year, and it's like, it's time to get it back because I miss having that
yeah.
100 millimeter reach because sometimes the
Yes.
200 is too far. So I'm
Yes.
really, really excited to get it back.
Yeah, that is a great lens. And I often use it in the Tetons, even for landscapes to like find, you know, I really like using it. I know I'm not a landscape photographer, but like if there's an interesting thing happening on the peaks or something, it's fun to use that lens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have the R5 too, and we've talked about that 400. Oh,
Yeah,
I just love that thing. I'm like, she's
I
my
do
girl.
too.
I always say she's my girl. She's my girl.
Yeah. I don't give her names or anything like that, but I cradle her like a baby.
Yes, yes, yes. That is so funny.
I'm
So
super
let's
protective.
yes. So let's talk about some of your images from your favorite place that where you're living now, the Tetons. I'm gonna
All right.
screen share some of those, and then we're gonna talk about your recent trip. So, but
Oh
here's
yeah.
one. This is a great photo. This is
Oh
one
my
of the
gosh.
characters of the Tetons. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. So this is Bruno. He's a boar.
Hmm.
And this is like the third morning after he got in this big fight, and that's those scars on his face. But he had been chasing our grizzly sow 610 around Willow Flats,
Hmm.
and they'd been hanging out together in the spring. And then all of a sudden, he came out, excuse me, one morning with these scars, and apparently they were, really open and everything. But this was early morning, the sun had just barely come up. It was still like hiding behind the cottonwoods and everything.
Hmm.
And he just 610 had come out and back across from the road. She decided to turn back, and so he was coming the road at us.
Mm.
And he just stepped into this one spot of light where it was sneaking through the willows at that point, and it hit that scar, and it's like, oh man. And I was shooting at a good distance out the
Hmm.
top of my car through the
Hmm.
moonroof,
Yes.
and I mean, I couldn't believe it. And I love his posture here as he's like made a turn and he's just moving again, and then
Hmm.
direct on with that face and the scar, and you can just see how close it missed his eye.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
is crazy.
literally just missed it.
And
So,
I love the way we can see the claws too. I love that.
yes.
Yeah, the claws are very clear and you can see how long they are. And that paw
How
is up.
long?
Oh my goodness. I actually like this face on. picture of him, because usually there's a side photo of him. It's always from the side, it seems like.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yeah,
nice to
he's
see his
passing somebody.
face. Yeah, I never get to see his face just straight on. So I really like seeing that. That is amazing. I wonder how he's doing this fall. I want to see how that
Um,
healed. Have you
he
seen him?
I haven't seen him. He was seen last week,
Mm-hmm.
um, up the hill. He was at a good distance out,
Mm-hmm.
way out to Oceans.
Mm-hmm.
Him and 610 had been out there and he was farther back, but some of the guys used scopes and said
Oh
it
yeah.
was, and the
Wow.
scar's healing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty well healed,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell it's him by that now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's got one, now he has one.
Yeah, yeah, hers
She
is
wanted it to be
little.
equal. Yeah, hers is little. Nothing like that.
But you just imagine the fight that went on that
Oh,
that scar, and we always, want to guess who it was.
yeah. And she's
Oh,
tough. She's tough. This is gorgeous. This is a pretty environmental image. I assume this is in Yellowstone.
yeah. So
Yes.
in Hayden,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
this carcass, what ended up there in the river, and it's a bison, got stuck in the mud and couldn't get out or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so went up super early one morning we left before sunrise, of course, and got there, and there was fog and this pink sky, and then the layers. And so we're up a hill and went lower later, but that wolf's just sitting there watching, waiting for his turn at the carcass.
Mm-hmm.
And the grizzly's on it, and he had come off it and got back on it and kind of swam around it. And it was just so incredible to witness this adventure that was unfolding in front of us, and
Yes.
um we later got to see the grizzly swim. We got to see the wolves swim.
Oh,
Coyote
that's
came
cool.
in and sat up next to the highway and howled and yipped for a few minutes.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, and so I just tried to, and I was, I was looking while I'm shooting. I was like, what else is going on,
Mm-hmm.
because you're
Mm-hmm.
always like checking to see what else is going to happen. So you're
Yes, yes,
always right in the camera. And for some reason, I just caught this scene. I was like, oh my gosh. And the water's starting to turn pink. It's like,
yes.
oh, wow. And framing it, I mean, it literally took a few times to just get it right,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want too much foreground because I still needed sky. And
Yes.
so yeah,
I
it,
love that. And I love how it's sort of a zigzag pointing right to your subjects. It's nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And if you can see that curve, it follows up above in the trees and the fog
Yes.
also.
Yes.
So, and that's, I'll find patterns that repeat themselves in images. And
Mm-hmm.
I just think
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing to do that.
Yeah.
Not only
Yeah.
those curves, but then you can see the triangles.
Yeah, I love that. It's a very good tip, everybody. That's a very good tip to think about that. Sometimes I get so in the moment that some of that stuff just fades away, and you have to remind yourself what you're looking for,
Right,
the
right.
balance, the patterns, yes, the triangles. It's so good.
Yeah. And then one of the courses I took taught me that, get your 6 shots, so from wide to that as close as,
Mm-hmm.
zoomed in all the way, and, things in between, vertical and horizontal. So
Yes.
yeah, and so sometimes that just runs through my head when I'm somewhere and you have the time. You're not just capturing the
Right.
animal that's like running away from you or something, or it's just
Right.
passing through. When you have the time, you can create those shots.
Yes, that is a really good point too. I know sometimes there are situations where I'm like, I wish that could have just been a little more time. Sometimes in wildlife photography, it's just so quick and it's
Yeah,
done.
you're being more reactive and just shooting
Yes.
what you can if you want to
Yes.
catch that, rather than like, hey, I want to set up and I know what's going to happen. He's going to come in.
Yes. And I want to think about
Capture
it.
him and wait one more. And then there's the times we sit there, the animal's moving, they move slow, and it's like, all right, one more step. Come on, just take that one more step into the
Yes.
light.
Oh my gosh, I waited 3 hours last week for elk, and I'm like, I think I'm
Yeah,
done. I think I'm done. I think I put in the time this morning. I
I
think
think
I'm done.
that's awesome. That's really great.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. And here is a wolf. This is
oh,
amazing. I don't have any wolf shots. So I have wolves, environmentals of wolves, but I have no close-ups of wolves. That is so cool.
oh. So this is in the Hayden, again,
Mhm.
Yellowstone, early
Mhm.
morning. It was like a couple weeks before the grizzly on the carcass.
Mhm.
And this is one of the yearlings of the Wapiti pack. And we believe it's a she,
Mhm.
but yeah, she'd swam, she came across the road there above Alum Creek and then was out by the Grizzly Overlook and just kind of wandering around and did some mousing and stuff. Then she
Oh,
decided to come
fun.
back and cross the road. And I've learned, like where to stage for some of the best shots where you kind of anticipate the animal's movements. She tried to cut across the road, but somebody had just pulled right into the gap. So it shut down the gap, which turned her my way
Mm.
to come a
Mm.
little farther.
Yeah.
And so I just caught her. She stopped at one point, was just looking around. And this is like really one of my favorite shots. There, I do have one where she does look directly at you, but that one doesn't seem to have as great as impact as this one. So
Mm. Mm.
I
And
thought
I
I'd give
like
you.
how her eyes match the flowers. It's so
Isn't that
cool.
crazy?
It's
And
crazy.
I don't think, you notice that sometimes when you're shooting, it's when you're editing, it's like, oh, wow, the colors, all line up, they match. And so you
Yeah.
can edit to make things, look
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
cleaner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this was with the 400.
Yep, you can tell. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what a year in Yellowstone this year. My
Oh
goodness.
my gosh, the activity up there, wolves and bears on carcasses, and the Wapiti pack has just been crazy fun, busy to watch and hear about and everything. And they've been
That's so fun.
very active all up and down the valley.
Yeah, I am not very familiar with Yellowstone. I've been a few times, but so I need to make that more of a priority for myself. But just watching everybody, just the fun everyone was having this year, it was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
wow. Because I felt like the Tetons were so quiet, but I think there's some reposturing and finding territories now that 399 is gone. And
Yes.
but
Yes.
so things are changing a little bit, which every ecosystem needs to do. So but there's,
Right.
like you said, there's always something to find, always something
Yeah.
to find.
Or you take the extra drive and go visit the
I
Yellowstone.
know, that's right, that's right. I did that in the spring with a couple people, and my daughter got to go too, and so we got to
That's
see the
sweet. That's
bears and
right.
everything, so that was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, that
That's
was really fun.
awesome.
Yeah. So you just took a bucket list trip.
Ah,
I'm so excited. That is on my list. That is like top 3 of my list of what I want to
oh,
do. So I was so glad you got to go, and I knew you were so excited. It
yeah.
looked like it all worked out really well. Tell everyone where you just got back from.
So I got back from the Great Bear Rainforest up in British Columbia
Mhm. Mhm.
and shot the spirit bears. And we had 2 spirit bears, an incredible wolf encounter, which is absolutely abnormal.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that is not a guarantee. Yeah.
no, not at all. And
Yeah.
most of the time, like our last day, we saw 3 wolves on the shoreline at a distance, which is normally what people see out there. So we were
Mhm. Mhm.
so lucky.
So cool. So cool. So
So
what are some of your tips for people who want to go? Do you have tips?
yes, I do.
Because it's
Um,
a big trip.
it's a big trip. It rains a lot,
Mhm.
being,
Mhm.
so you definitely want the best rain gear you can get. Don't forget for covers for your cameras and lenses.
Mhm.
Um, Travel tripod, or if you want a heavy one, take your tripod.
My dog is
Another
joining us
one,
today,
oh,
everyone. Sorry.
oh,
Bodhi.
and it's a
Come here,
golden, my
Bodhi.
favorite
You want to
breed.
say hi to everyone? He hears you talking about wolves.
Hi, sweetie.
This is my pup, Bodhi. I don't know if
Mhm.
everyone's met him yet. I'm going to let him out, but you keep talking. Tell us
Yeah.
the next
Okay.
tip about the rainforest.
Okay. So, and yes, it can definitely rain. And one day we had storms. Like the second day we were there, the storms were bad. So the winds were really high.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So well, it worked out. We tried to go out in the
Okay.
morning. We got 2 waves outside the Hartley Bay, and Marvin turned the boat around. It's like, not today. So we just filled that time with a walking tour out the nature trail past the fish hatchery, and then turned a 45-minute presentation on the salmon to a 2.5-hour session.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Mm-hmm.
storm had blown through. And so we went back that
Oh,
afternoon.
nice.
And that's when we got The first bear, strawberry.
Was it strawberry? Is that what you said?
That was strawberry was the
Okay.
first one.
Let's show the picture of her. You shared that with me, and it's so exciting. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can
So
see why she's called Strawberry.
it is literally sunset,
Mhm.
like almost dark. We're pushing ISOs
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
This was right after she had walked from the point because Marvin sat outside this little bay in his boat and saw her coming
Mhm.
along her normal path.
Mhm.
And then she came sneaking through, kind of. And there's a pre-shot. And Jen, I'm sorry you don't have this. It was my Instagram.
Yeah.
She's coming out into the light onto a log to cross to get to the beach here. And
I
so
remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, and it was like I saw that and I just started shutting down the aperture and the ISO because all I wanted was the light. And
Yes. Yes.
I'm actually framing that one.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I love this one. She was wandering along the beach and she's actually in better light, she's actually more strawberry color. I mean,
Mhm.
literally pinkish.
Interesting.
So we have the kind of, the purpley light, and here she's a little, orangey.
Yeah.
But in bright light, she's orange. In this muted light or other, she's actually looks strawberry pink.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so yeah, so this is the season for the pink salmon run
Mhm.
there in the
Mhm.
Great Bear Rainforest.
Mhm.
And so she actually picked up this carcass.
Yeah.
An interesting fact about the bears, they will not eat the males, they will only eat the high volume content of fat and eggs and protein. So they'll eat the stomach of the females.
It's so interesting how they know
It
that.
was really amazing. And we've watched them like bypass a carcass or pick up a fish and just like let it go because it was a male.
Interesting.
Amazing to watch this unfold.
Yes. Yes.
So she was on the beach probably 45 minutes. She walked right past us. And we're 40 to 60 yards and we're tucked up under some logs up
Mhm.
against the trees.
Mhm.
And, just staying as quiet and still as possible and just watching her do her thing. Utterly, utterly incredible. Um, a friend, Barbara Ford,
Mhm.
she I ran into her the other day and
Yeah.
she's like so in love with that first picture I shot. And her
Yeah.
first words, okay, I know you had a great time and you cried when the bear came out. And it's like, yes, I did. I started getting the shivers again and welled up like I
Yes.
would cry again because it's just like spiritual. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
religious, but
I know what you mean. It's
you're
sacred. Yeah.
feeling that it's sacred and you're
Yes.
in this sacred place,
Mhm.
and it's all First Nations and it's
Mm.
legend and history and,
Yes.
ancient things. And so all that culminates in this marvelous, incredible moment.
Yeah, what a privilege. It is such a privilege to be
Yes,
able to see those
yes. I
things,
mean,
this beauty
honored,
that yes.
honored and blessed.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I could tell you were having like I knew we were messaging a little bit before it all started.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's now. She's there now. You're going now."
I know.
And and it was like the build up, but it really paid off. Like it actually things actually happen. Like sometimes people go and they don't have they don't get to see things, but
Right.
you got to
Yeah.
see.
And we were just so fortunate. There were multiple events that don't normally occur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what else happened? Like well, you saw a wolf. Let's look at that wolf. That was
All
amazing.
right.
This is such a great wolf photo.
Oh, thank you.
I loved his position. And he looks a
And
little
those feet,
wet. Yes.
those giant feet.
Yes. Look
So,
at him or her.
yeah, uncertain. We
Mhm.
didn't
Mhm.
really get a good look.
Mhm.
Um, what happened was with this wolf, when we had arrived the very first day, it was like afternoon, like after lunch when we got on the boat and got out to the island. And we hiked out about, like half a mile to our location, and they have stands, pop up, set up. And we came across a black bear sow with 3 cubs in a tree, and they're looking down at us. And so we're photographing and watching them. And then, you know, after they got up and they walked back up down the river or the creek towards the ocean, they paused because they left and we decided to leave, and they paused. And then all of a sudden the mom's looking at up, you know, down the river, and we know she sees something. We just can't, you know, is it another bear or what? And all of a sudden this wolf had got around behind them and then came out, and there was a point where she sent the cubs back up another tree.
Oh, interesting.
And
Yeah.
he stood guard. And then all of a sudden we saw this wolf peek out, and my buddy got the best shot of the wolf looking up at the cubs of the tree.
Oh, very cool.
Just incredible. And we're all, you know, our jaws are on the ground, right?
You're like, oh yeah, I have a camera, I have to shoot.
It was so fast.
Yeah.
My buddy just, I couldn't, technical issues, I couldn't get my lens to focus at the moment. And so I missed that shot. But then it's like, oh my gosh. So we watched them. He left, kind of, we could track him. He was headed back towards the end of the creek, and Mama turned around, took all 3 cubs and went into the weeds. So we're hiking back to, it was the end of day, we're hiking back out, and we're talking, you know, almost dark again. And just as we get to a visible point on the beach, this wolf is right out there on the rocks, not in this position, but out there. And so our guide, they were so amazing, just kind of planted us in places. I was underneath a tree behind 2 fallen logs. And I used the logs with my gear bag as you know, a stable platform to shoot from.
Yes.
And so the wolf wandered around, was picking up salmon, and just came here and stood. And I'm like, what? You know, like, you want to get these shots, and you're breathing and your heart rate, you know, and sometimes you're shaking, and you just, you know, with the awe and the unbelievable moment, you know, I just feel so blessed. We got probably 40 minutes with this wolf.
Wow.
Which is
so fun.
Absolutely something nobody rarely gets.
Yeah. That's very cool. So handsome. I love the dark black rocks and that green. So pretty.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. Yeah. I love that backdrop. It goes well with his coloring or her coloring too.
Exactly. I mean, even look at down to the tail, you know, black tip on it. And
yes. Gorgeous.
Incredible.
This is like the trip I want to take someday. Someday I'll do it. So how many flights, tell us again, what's the process of getting there? It's a lot, right?
So for me personally, from Jackson, it was 3 flights just to Vancouver.
Yes.
It was Salt Lake, Seattle, Vancouver. You spend a night there. And then you take a flight from Vancouver to Prince Rupert, which they only have 1 flight daily.
Whoa. Okay.
The plane holds maybe 60 people. So it's a small plane. So 1 in, 1 out. So another plane there. But then you get off and you put your luggage take your luggage to this box truck. It's all loaded in this big box van. You get on a bus. The bus driver.
Where's your gear at this point?
Oh, my backpack is always with me.
Okay, I was going to say, they don't take that. Okay, good.
I don't let them take it. My 400 was in. That's my baby.
Right. I know. It's same. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, no, I kept baby with me.
Yeah.
So then we drive onto a ferry, and the ferry goes across this bay to actual town of Prince Rupert. So the airport's isolated, surrounded by water. So there's no roads basically until you get to only between there and the ferry.
Yeah.
So me personally and my friend, we spent 2 nights in Prince Rupert and just checking it out and hanging out and doing that. And then the next morning, you know, the morning of the day, we have a taxi down to the harbor or marina there in Prince Rupert, and there's a 2.5-hour ride to Hartley Bay down the river. Yeah. And with the weather the way it was rough. Yeah. And I really felt like I was an official bobblehead by the time that ride. And it was, every time it smoothed out, the driver would jam on it and speed
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
slow down for the big waves. But I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
bam, bam.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
It was rough.
my.
But it was
Well,
fun. I mean, you know, you're going into adventure, you know,
yeah,
and
you're
that
gonna
was,
get there. It's just these steps
yeah,
you have to take. Yes. And it's
right.
an adventure all along the way. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So then we get to Hartley Bay and we get off that boat and we had to hike up the hill at Hartley Bay. There are no roads and
Right.
it's a boardwalk. And so they use the full drive goats, you know, the ATVs and stuff to
Yes.
take stuff from, there's no stores, no shops, nothing. It's all
Yeah.
brought in by boat.
Yeah.
This is now Gitga'at First Nation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, probably 150 residents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the house that they built just for tours and all this,
Yeah.
was at the top of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was like hiking up to the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it fed us good
Mhm.
and we had lunch and then that's when we went out for the evening and got, or the first evening Spirit Bear, second day. I mean, I'm so confused on
No,
days.
I wouldn't, I can't remember my trips either. I'm like, what day was it when we saw that?
I
It's just
know, I know.
amazing. It's so amazing. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I went up Vancouver Island this summer and we were all the way at the top and I'm like looking at
Right.
the map and I'm like, it's just right over there. It's just right
But
over.
you need a boat.
I know I need a boat. I need a boat. I need to
Yeah.
get over there.
So
Yeah.
I was just looking at things to go with Seaforth expeditions, maybe. But I also want to like try Tofino too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. We had a really good time. It was hard photography, but we had a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
hard. Whales
Ex-
are hard.
They are. They're not easy.
So you talked about finding different perspectives. How important is that? And I mean, that's hard to think of when you're in that excitement moment, but we were talking a little bit about it. When we have time, when we can get our brains working efficiently, when we see these amazing things, how important is it to find different perspectives and move your feet?
Oh man. Highly important.
Yeah.
You know, it's like don't stop at the very first place. Sometimes you
Mhm.
can't help it. You're stuck where you are.
Yeah.
But then you have the opportunity to go high or low or kind of lean one way or the other, you know, and just
Yeah.
try for different angles. If you have
Yes.
the ability to be silent and not disturb the animal, then you know, move to another spot.
Yeah.
We were and that's what it was with the black bears and the spirit bears. It's like you're basically planted. We were able to move a little bit, but mostly you're just in a spot. And so we you just when you get there, you make this decision, you know, what's going to be best for you. And they
Yeah.
help, of course.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but we really had like this you know, 180 view in a corner of the river. So we were kind of out on the point, and so we could just spread it out.
Yeah.
People on that side could get, you know, that other end, and we got the other stuff. But in front of you, like there's nothing stopping you from shooting everything. But
That's
then
so cool.
again, you know, get as low as you can, or you know, we didn't really want to stand up and scare the animals, but there was some definite leaning and laying down.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And you're right next to the creek where the salmon are, and it's low, and you could see the salmon swimming through,
That's cool.
trying to go upstream, and it's pretty
Yeah. So
incredible.
you're
So
putting all
yeah,
those pieces together. Yeah. And
yeah,
think about
yeah.
what's
And
my
so,
angle.
and in the pause when we didn't have the bears
Mm.
or a wolf,
Yeah.
we were actually photographing the fish and
Mhm.
the spawning and you know just some of the scenes and things like that.
Yeah. Because you're telling the whole story. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
That's really good.
incredible. The You just feel so honored to be able to be in a place like that. Even if
Yeah.
you didn't see like and you weren't there for the spirit bearers, I would still have this feeling that this
Yeah.
is really special.
Yeah.
And
Sacred.
it is.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
percentage of spirit bearers compared to their territory, which is not very large,
Yeah.
compared to, you know, the size of British Columbia and things,
Mhm.
it's really incredible that you actually get to see them.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If I go, I won't see them. But like you said, there's other things to see, but
But they
you
do,
do want,
I mean, they do the best to
yeah,
get you out there, and
yeah.
Marvin, who runs this, who is First Nations, who is on the First Nations Council also,
Mhm.
um, for his community, and his family is involved. And Marvin basically runs all this. Tim Irvin did my
Mhm.
tour.
Mhm.
Um, and then the two guides who helped out were
Yeah.
incredible, smart,
Yes.
intelligent.
This
They
is
know
what they
everything.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they get you in the right place, and they
Yeah.
know they can, they learn you and they learn what you're capable of and things like that. And when you're
Yeah.
only there for a short time. So,
Yeah. They know it. Yeah. And you were talking about, loving to shoot with your heart and what you feel. And so that, you can't help it when you're in a place like that.
right.
It's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, unless I have this feeling, it feels like just I'm just taking a picture.
Yeah.
And when you have that emotion in it, and I think it really shows in what you're shooting.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's just how I've always done it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
to me, it feels absolutely natural. It's not something I try for. And
Yeah.
there's times, like something is so amazing, I've put the camera down
Yeah.
because I want to experience it and dive into it rather
Yeah.
than keep photographing the whole event or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that
Yeah.
happens a lot. Or I just don't push the shutter because I really would rather just watch.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know we have had people on that say that, and then there's other people that get so engrossed in their camera and they don't want anyone else to be around. They just everything else shuts off around here and they're
Yeah.
in their camera. And then other people want to put the camera down and then there's a mix. It's so interesting how we all like have these same feelings and how we express them and how our work is different and even in our
Uh-huh.
processes are different. It's so
Right,
cool.
right.
It's so cool from this one little tool. Like it's just so interesting to me. I
Yeah,
love
and I
it.
find myself sometimes totally focused through the lens, and somehow there's this reminder to look at the scene, check it out, and that's really what happened with the
Yes.
bear, the carcass, and the river there in
Yes.
Yellowstone, because it's like, wait, this is so gorgeous. What can I make of this? And
Yes.
so,
Yes. What can I try? What can I see?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's such a good point. I know there are times when I'm also like, what's behind me? I have not looked behind me, you know? Because you're so
right,
focused.
right.
Like, I may be missing something, behind me.
I
Yeah.
actually do remember that, and here's an example. We were watching a bunch of coyotes, round of 16 different coyotes come in on a carcass out in the refuge, in the
Mhm.
elk
Mhm.
refuge,
Mhm.
and it was getting late afternoon, and I just stopped shooting and like started looking around because these coyotes are all really all around you. And I turned around, but thankfully the camera was like in my hand, like in shooting position. And
Mhm.
there's a coyote overlooking us on this up on the bluff,
Oh,
on the rock,
cool.
just standing there poised, but
Mhm.
really surveying. And
Mhm.
I was just fortunate to turn around, and go, it's like, hey guys, look behind you,
Yeah, yeah,
So
that is so cool.
yeah,
Otherwise, you'd
and
miss it. Yeah.
right. And I actually, I do scan,
Mhm.
get some really good shots or what I think, get
Yeah.
something, but then start scanning too.
Yeah, yeah. And I like what you said before is like, yeah, sometimes it's just a research shot. Sometimes it's just a click.
Yeah.
But other times it's like, this is the moment. This is it.
Uh-huh.
This is special. Yeah. And
Right.
those are the images we're making with our intellect and our heart, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
process. It's a whole combination.
It is.
I love that. Well, I love this trip that you took. It's so exciting. Do you have other things that you have dreaming about? Are you visualizing shots that you want, trips that you want to take?
The dream shot, I've seen the bears swim the snake,
Mhm.
but they're always, going across. I'd really like to be in front.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like when they come up out of the oxbow or something and get that head-on shot of them
Yeah.
swimming.
Because
So I
they're
don't know.
pretty flat when they swim.
They are, and I
Mhm.
mean, it doesn't mean I want to be close or anything, but I want to be
Right.
able to get that face on, have them swimming towards me. And
Yeah. That would be
that's a
cool.
goal. I'd love to
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know. I kept waiting. I kept watching for those days I was there recently, like, please just swim. I'm like, I'm gonna sit here till something swims in it. Come on, let's go.
exactly.
It doesn't
Um,
work.
as far as another trip, there's caribou on the
Mm,
list. And
interesting. Yeah.
then thanks to Ben, I really would like to go shoot lynx.
Yeah.
That
I
would
have
be
great
just,
images of those. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. That is very cool.
So,
Well,
but until spring, I'm going to stick close to home.
I know, I know. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm saying that.
Right?
I'm saying I'm staying close to home.
Sure you are.
We'll see. I'm kind of
Yeah,
waiting for that snow forecast in Wyoming to see what happens.
yeah, it's been, and it will get a little more, but it didn't stick. But it was really
Yeah.
gorgeous when it was.
Yeah, I missed it by a couple days. Like, shoot.
Right, right.
I did get flurries and stuff while I was there in the frost, so that was really nice just to give a
Yeah.
different perspective. And
Well, you got the Elkwood in the fog. Those were absolutely stunning
oh man,
images
we had
in
a
that
great
light, that
morning.
sunlight.
The backlight just went
Yeah.
crazy. We all just looked at each other like, what?
Is this
Did you
real?
just see that? It was crazy.
Well,
It was
your images
crazy.
of that were absolutely stunning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I still have so much to go through from this whole year. I feel like I'm like many of us feel like we're just like bogged down by images, but
Yeah, I
um
have a backlog.
yeah, it's a good problem to have. It's a good
Yeah,
problem to
I'd
have.
rather have something to work on, you
I
know.
know, absolutely. And we've got winter coming, so but so let's do the speed round.
Oh my gosh.
Ready for the speed?
Sure. You bet. Let's go.
So just a few questions and you can answer quickly or as long as you want, it doesn't matter. But
Okay.
what is in your bag that you can't do without? Your camera bag.
The spare batteries. I
Hmm.
have multiple,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
multiple.
Yes. That's a
And
good one.
yeah.
And I've started putting one, I mean, not started, I've been doing this for a while, but I have the couple kind of guide pants that I wear that I'm like, now I won't leave my place until the battery is in my pocket,
Yes.
you
Yep.
know?
Lithium
Like,
battery in the other pocket. And
yep.
so I always have one out there.
Yes. Yes. It's good for quick. And
Yeah.
then what's something in your camera bag that you bought, but you never use?
So I had a battery grip thinking that
Hmm.
was going to be really awesome and special. Turns out, besides the weight, I didn't feel it really went through the two batteries. It felt like it went really fast
Interesting.
because when I was shooting, I don't remember a while ago, but not too long,
Hmm.
I could use a battery and it'd last the longest time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I expected that to double when I used the grip and it didn't. So it was
That's
very
interesting.
interesting.
And
Yeah.
how did you feel that with that on the R5? How did that feel on your hands?
It's comfortable,
Hmm.
but heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
That's why I
can't,
have not done it. Yeah.
yeah. And going on the tripod, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just found that, it's like it was something I had always wanted. Oh my God, I want a battery grip. So I finally got it and I used it and used it. And it's like, it's not really all that to me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Now,
And
I may go back and try it, back on the R6,
yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
So
It's so interesting. You have to find the kit that works for you.
yeah.
And when I'm holding the R5 with the 400, that's enough for me. I don't want anything else, or even with the teleconverter on. Even though it's just a
Oh
little
yeah,
teleconverter, it does make a difference with the
it
way
does.
I handhold. So yeah, I'm
Right.
always like, I don't think, and my hands, like, I just don't want that
I
big
know.
grip. So
Well,
I
and
wondered what
then
you thought.
yeah, and then when I'd broken my hand, my first winter here,
Oh no.
um, so it was still healing, and I couldn't hold that extra because it was my right hand.
Right, right.
When I was healed and ready to shoot again, it took a while before I could do stuff
Yes, yes.
comfortably again.
Yeah. I've had some problems with my hands too in the last couple years, and so that's
Oh,
another reason. Yeah. So
yeah, no
I don't want
fun.
to do that right now.
I
Yeah.
know, I know.
Maybe that's just like for I'm always like I've thought about like one of the cameras I almost bought was a 1DX and it was starting out, but it had
Right.
this battery grip and everything, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I just don't think I can do that. So
it's
it's a
so big.
great camera
It's
body.
so
Yeah.
big.
So
I know.
like I'll leave that. I'll leave that for my male sports friends to do that.
Right? Yeah, you guys go shoot that. I'm
Yeah.
good.
So what's your favorite snack when you're driving around or editing, or a favorite food stop in the park? Do you have a routine or favorite thing?
In the car, it's usually like salami and cheese kind of thing.
Yes. Yes, some
Um,
protein. Yeah.
at home, it's in editing. I usually have a bowl of popcorn.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to keep wiping my hands when I'm, it, it turns out okay, and I might have to vacuum afterwards, but
I know I'm a white cheddar popcorn person when I'm driving around.
ooh,
I don't know what it
I'm
is.
not.
I'll stop at Dornan's. It's always a big bag of white cheddar popcorn.
Oh,
It is. I don't know why, but it is. And then, are you a tea or coffee person in the winter?
no, I'm not. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even drink it. So my
Yeah.
go-to is Pepsi.
Yeah. I know. For some reason, I'm a Diet Coke girl, but for some reason, when I'm in the Tetons, I'm a Diet Dr. Pepper girl. It's so weird.
Oh, how fun. Oh, how fun.
I don't
Yeah,
know why. Why does that switch? I have no
it's
idea.
always with me.
Yeah, oh, that's fun. So do you have a
But
favorite book or author or photographer that inspires you?
I'll go back to Paul Nicklin.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have some work right now in Jackson at a gallery? I heard that his work's in Jackson right now.
Honestly, I didn't see that. I've been a
Yeah.
little busy.
Yeah, you've been a little busy. Yeah, just a
A
little
little
bit.
busy.
I know. I
But
know.
so yeah, I'll definitely go look it up
Yeah.
and have a chance to go see his
Someone
work.
told me some of his work's in one of the galleries, but I didn't get to go. Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be fun. Is there a moment that made you laugh in wildlife photography?
Oh yes. Last winter, spring, the year before, I can't even remember. It must have been last spring. We were out shooting moose, and one of the teenagers was super antsy and hyped up, and
Mhm.
he wasn't charging, but he came quickly towards a group of photographers. I was on the opposite side.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
thought maybe he'd turn with the lighting would have been better. That's, different perspective kind of thing.
Yes.
So all the photographers scattered. One guy who had gone to his car had left his camera on his tripod, and the moose went past it and then decided to come check it out. So he got
Yeah,
really
yeah.
close, and he bumped it, and the camera went backwards onto his head. It just bent like the tripod didn't move, the camera did,
Mhm.
and bumped him right on his, on his nose and everything. um, he jumped back, and so I caught it when the camera got and like hit him on the head, and he's jumping back, and it was
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
snowy, and the
Yeah.
moose was all snowy, and it was like laughing so hard. And it was interesting, the people who were there didn't grab his tripod for him or anything. They just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all stepped away.
Yeah.
And then when he jumped back, the whole thing fell on the ground, and he jumped back and he kind of made a circle and came back, and he put his nose down and he started thrashing the camera and the
Oh, no.
camera lens and tripod. A, I don't know who it was. B, I don't know what damage it was caused,
Yeah,
because after that, the moose kind of had started heading our way, and we had
yeah.
to
Yeah, you're
move.
like, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, time to go. And those young ones they don't fool around or anything.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. No,
So yeah, I did get that shot though, and I'll
that
never
is
forget how
hilarious.
funny that was.
That is funny.
Yeah.
They get so close when they all gather like that in the
Uh-huh.
winter. Yeah, they do. Um, so what wildlife experience most filled your soul or filled you emotionally?
Besides the Spirit Bear tour, I
Besides the
just
Spirit Bear, which
told
was
you about.
amazing. Yes.
Um, so my first season in the Tetons, 610 and the 3, crossed the Snake River. And Jen, I think you were there. I know there were so many people there.
Oh, that's right.
And so we had followed her and the cubs. They went across that little pond right before she crossed below the dam at the parking lot area, or where that
Mhm.
cable car is.
Is this the fog day? I was not there, but is it the fog morning when it was so foggy? I can't
No,
remember this
no,
one.
I don't
Okay,
remember it being
okay,
foggy, but
okay.
it could have been. I don't remember. But we were all lined up in this line going down to the water line.
Yes.
And it was my first time experiencing this, and I was just, oh my God, I'm here. This is what I've seen from other people. And to me, that was like one of the ultimate Teton experiences. And
Yeah.
so I'm, photographing it, and it's hard when all you get are the tops of bear heads, and they are
Mhm.
at a distance. I think I only had the 1 to 5 at the time.
Mhm.
And, oh my gosh, when it was over and she went up the other side and disappeared back into towards Signal, I just, half the people I knew there, and it was quite a crowd. It's like, "Can we cry now?" And I just had tears
Oh,
flowing
it's so
because
sweet.
it was the culmination of, you know, time and wish and desire and the
Yes.
moment and seeing this otherwise and to experience it. I mean, that just really struck me
Yeah,
down.
that is so sweet. Yeah, I was with you when 399 and Spirit were there, and
Oh,
they were
right.
playing in the snow and
Oh my
tumbling.
gosh, that's right. Yes,
That was
yes.
really fun. That was the
That
last time I saw them, I think. I think that was the last
uh-huh.
time.
That
Yeah.
was an amazing day.
Yeah, that
Awesome.
was so sweet. They were just so,
I
innocent
know.
and playing together and everything.
I
That was so
know.
fun. But it's this when the passion and the moment come together and things like you said, like you hope for, it can be a very emotional experience.
Yes. Yeah. And whether you, just pulled it in internally, but when you're sharing it with all these not super awesome people that you've
That's
met and are
true.
friends
That's
with,
true.
and even if you're just acquaintances and you're sharing, having this shared experience, you're all feeling this. And, we all kind of have this moment afterwards where we're sharing those emotions like, oh my God, can you believe it? Did you see that?
Yes, it's
What,
so true.
oh, can you just we can't believe this just happened and we got to be here to see it. And we're
Yeah.
all so honored, again, blessed to be able to be
Yes.
here in the moment and see that,
It's so
and
true.
moments like that just don't happen all the time.
That's
I mean,
true.
we all get some really awesome moments, but we put in the time and the work to see them. So
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
they have more meaning at that point.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then sometimes there's just a little bit of magic that's sprinkled in and you're like, "I can't
yes,
believe that just happened." Yeah.
right. Or the light is just so perfect for
Yes.
something,
I
you
know.
know.
Yeah, it's so fun. I had that in, Hallow Bay, which I've talked about before on this, but
Oh, right.
I could not control. So it was just so wonderful. I mean, it was just so amazing. I just couldn't even control it. But I mean, there's definitely other times when I was in the Tetons these last couple weeks, like some of those mornings with the pink skies and the rainbows
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah,
I mean, it's like just you feel so privileged and blessed to be able to see those things
exactly.
and then to be able to share them, with your
Mhm.
photography. It means a lot.
Right.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Well, Susan, how can people find you? Where's the best place to find you?
On my Instagram is Winfree_wildlife_watch.
Mhm.
My website, Winfree Wildlife Watch.
Mhm.
And yeah,
And they
or
can see your work in Jackson, right? You have
oh
work up.
yes, you can see my work hanging in the Shades of Jackson Hole. It's the sunglass shop on the
Mhm.
town square.
Yeah, that is
Um,
fun.
yeah, and we'll be adding and changing those images for the late fall winter season.
Yeah, that's nice to be able to have a place to put your work and be proud of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
able to
I'm
see it.
I'm really, really honored and
Yes.
that they would ask me and have me have my images
Mhm.
there.
That's so nice. And people can buy prints. They can contact you through your website or through your Instagram and buy prints from you.
Correct, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to go and check out your account so they can see all the Spirit Bear things we talked about. What an amazing trip and all your Teton
Yeah.
Yellowstone work. It's so
More to
good.
come.
Yes, more to come. I'm excited to see it. Well, thank you so much, Susan. I knew it'd be fun to talk with you. I didn't get to see you this last time. I don't know what happened.
I know. I
I think
saw
you were on your
Jenny.
trip part of it.
Well, I saw Jenny the
Yes.
day after I was doing no, you guys were out on the elk with that
Yes.
gorgeous morning, and
Yes.
I'd been doing the self-portraits, and then I
Yes.
ran into Jenny at Wormhole.
Oh, fun, fun, fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, I haven't seen her yet.
I know.
It was funny. There was all these people I wanted to connect with and somehow just missed, but met new people and
Oh,
it's just
good.
it's fun. It's always fun in the
Yeah, that's
fall out
always
there.
fun.
It's getting a little crowded, but it's fun.
Even even in this shoulder season, it's crowded,
Yeah,
so
it's really
it's a
interesting.
surprise, and there's a lot going on, so
Yeah, a lot going on. Well, I want to thank Roberts Camera again for sponsoring this episode, and you can visit them at robertscamera.com. Upcoming episodes in November, they've got full November schedule, people coming. But Susan, I want to thank you so much for being on, and hopefully I'll see you soon, either in this winter or in the spring.
I look forward to it.
We'll
And thank you
see.
again. It is a
We'll see.
privilege and honor to sit here and chat with you, Jen.
Oh, well, mine as well. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and hopefully you'll catch us on the next one. All right. Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye.
Susan. Bye.